Hey, 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 happy Tuesday, my Virgo dudes. It's me, spilling some tea, throwing out some Palo Santo. Also, happy Mercury retrograde. The fact that I can't speak is right there. The proof is in the pudding. So, yep, Mercury retrograde started yesterday and goes till October 18th, so it's like 3 full weeks. So there's that. There are good things that come out of the Mercury retrograde, so don't think everything is terrible, as Facebook or Instagram will have you believe. You know, everything wrong in the world is Mercury retrograde. Communication issues like, tripping over your words, or communication being your smartphone, which in the last 10 years is your life, 10 years-ish, is your life. So now Mercury in retrograde seems to be much more of a big freaking deal because it's all electronic and your entire life is in your hand. So, I promised you before there were smartphones, it wasn't a big a deal. But there are people who wouldn't sign contracts during that time and things like that. But yeah, so there are good things though that do come out of it. Before I started your reading, I have been doing something. I think this is going to style on a pattern I'm going to stick with. I pulled a Romance Angels. No, I'm wrong. I pulled those two. Those are these cards. But I pulled, first of all, for the theme of the entire reading, is an Oracle of the Fairies. And I hope you can see that. The Oracle of the Fairies is an awesome deck. And I pulled the card Music, which means a lot of different things, obviously. Definitely it means pay attention to songs you hear on the radio to just strike you the right way, and maybe you cry, or you're like, it feels like your person is, singing this to you. A lot of the things I'm feeling right now is a romance and separation, because when I first looked up, started to read about what music card was, it was songs that remind you of your past loved one, your person that, your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, your exes. And of course, Mercury in retrograde is the running of the exes, where they all do come running back to you. So don't be too surprised if you see more of them than you'd like to. They're not all bad. Some of them are crap in the first place and crap in the second place. Let's be realistic. But also, if you've been apart long enough to learn lessons, to grow, I don't think 2 months is a long enough period of time to learn and grow and make the changes necessary to go forward in a relationship. I could be wrong. But if you're 16, most likely, do not go back to your ex-boyfriend. But for the rest of you, especially with ex-boyfriends and girlfriends from, ex-partners from 10, 15 years ago, yeah, there's been a lot of changes and growths. And for the most part, Mercury in retrograde, most normal people grow and change every year. And there's a huge amount of growth and change in you and your ex-person that may be coming back into your life. What usually the problem is determining which ex is the one that you're supposed to be with, but your heart will tell you, definitely. But also the signs are that your song with that person will keep coming on. Songs that remind you of them will keep coming on. Also, when you get music for a fairy oracle card, it may indicate that you or your person are singers, or you play an instrument, or very musically inclined. So in general, if this describes a particular ex that singing, musically inclined, or you both did that together, or something like that, that's an extra hint. Also, I will sing a song, and I have been at the end of every reading. I think I'm going to wait to the complete dire end of the reading to sing the song, just because I want you to be able to cut me off because you don't want to hear me. Which is ridiculous but true, because I may possibly be watching a video where they were going to sing, and I'm like, God, no, shut the fuck up. So I'll keep it for the bitter, bitter end. I did pick romance angel cards as I was trying to sputter my words earlier. And romantic, what? My eyesight sucks, you guys. Romantic feelings. Romantic feelings express your love and codependency. And I thought codependency is a weird card, and I was like, how do I interpret that? And honestly, codependency is a certain type of an emotional addiction to another person is what it really is. Many readers have this deck, and that you can interpret it in a million and one different ways. But when it's kind of having an addiction to your person, it means you're thinking about a past person. So everything I've read, like, been looked at my oracle cards so far is like, okay, Virgo sun, moon, rising, or Venus is looking at a past person and having nostalgia. They're feeling feelings, you know. Be careful in acting to them until Mercury goes out of retrograde on October 18th. But yeah, you definitely got a certain person on your mind, and addiction just means you let them go. But the addiction part of it is that, you know, you keep coming back to each other, or you come back to each other, and it can be a healthy kind of codependence thing. Like I said, I haven't seen you in 10 years. We've all changed, and the timing is right, and this is great. Or you could be 16, and the codependency could be an addiction with your boyfriend where, you know, you can't get enough of him, and you break up, you get back together, you break up, you get back together. And if you're 16 and you're codependent, oh my God, child, let him go. It has not been enough time. You're not old enough to have had enough time. But for the rest of you people, it is definitely an indication of coming back together with an ex-partner. So there's that. But it's also express your feelings to this ex-partner. So I feel like it's more of a romance and separation. I don't like labels like twin flames, but soulmates will do. Soulmates in separation. And romantic feelings. So you're getting romantic feelings stirred up from the past. So there's all that. But I'm going to throw some tarot cards down and see what your reading is. I'm going to shuffle for what seems like forever, apparently. Alright. Okay, Virgo's love life. Bring it on, bring it on. Four of Pentacles. The Hangman reverse. Page of Swords reverse. Queen of Wands reversed. 10 of Pentacles reversed. 5 of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, 9 of Swords, and King of Wands. What we got mostly going on is Pentacles and Swords. So I want to say your person is an Earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or your person is a air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Doesn't have to be, just what I'm notating with the cards on the board. The Hangman is a Virgo, which is an Earth sign, so that's I think, the only major arcana I have in front of me. All right, so at this time, Virgo, you are staunchly hanging on to the belief that you are all set with all of your exes, so you're not even sure why you're watching this reading right now, but you are, so hey, keep up. Something might happen. But I feel as though deep down inside you haven't let go of a couple of them from the past. There's going to be one in particular that is going to show up, and they're going to be full of fire. And in the past, they were in and out. They were an in and out person. They came into your life, then they went out. They came in, they went out. So maybe this is why the codependency card came up, addiction, because it's a constant, I let you go, we got back together. I let you go, no, we're not doing this anymore. You've got to be kidding me. But I feel like it's been quite a few years since you've seen this person, and they have grown up tremendously, and you've grown tremendously, and I really feel as though when you do run into them, or the songs start coming on and maybe you even contact them, that the timing finally is right for this person, which is the good thing about Mercury in retrograde. It will bring back past friends, past lovers, past family members that you haven't spoken to in 10, 20 years. And so the past comes back at you, which is actually a really cool thing, because you can pick and choose out of what comes back at you, or often enough, the universe kindly brings back to you your past. They pick and choose the good parts. The good things come back to you. Some of the shitty stuff comes back and you gotta throw it back out the window. But it's bringing back for you, especially this time, your person that you are meant to be with. And I think you know who I'm talking about by now. I hope you do. You come up as the Queen of Wands in this, and you come up in separation. Queen of Wands, would be very fiery sign, so I know you're not a fire sign, but you might have fire in your heavy in your placement, so you might have other sign in Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. But it also doesn't have to be a sign. Queen of Wands is just a very strong, I want to say loud, but maybe loud, outgoing, beautiful, standing in her power, just a really beautiful, amazing, powerful woman. And that's what you're being depicted as in your own reading. And it shows your person as being younger. By younger, I would say between 25 and 35, but this could be when you met them. You could have met them when they were younger and they've grown, so maybe when we throw some more cards down, we'll see the king come out. But as it stands right now, what it's trying to tell me is that you're at least 7 to 10 years older than this person. So I think that's the indication that it wants to make. I think at one time, and this should be a giveaway, it's like, who is this? I'm not sure yet, but you used to live together, because the 10 of Pentacles is reversed, which means that you moved out and you're not living with each other. The 5 of Pentacles is moving out, not having a place to live. So you were both very young, and one of you didn't have a place to live. It was either couch hopping or went back to their parents' house. But hopefully we're getting closer to describing the person that is coming back into your life. You have cried a lot about them, and there are songs that come on the radio that still make you misty-eyed. And during Mercury retrograde, it gets worse. Certain songs will come on, and you're like, stop it, you just want me to cry, radio. And you're like turning the station and whatnot, But it doesn't tell me how you're going to run into him yet. But a conversation is going to strike up, and they've got a lot of truth to tell. So I don't know if there were things going on behind your back that you were hinting, like, I know something's going on. And they were like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they never really confessed to something. Or if you never spoke up how your feelings were and you're speaking the truth. But there's some truth in confessions, and it's going to lay right out on the table this time. This time, no one's holding back. No one's holding secrets. Everyone's confessing everything they've ever done in their goddamn lives. And it's going to be a really great conversation. I feel like it starts on Messenger or on text. Honestly, don't, one of you gets emotional enough and you hear a song that either is your song or reminds you of each other and reaches out on Messenger and just says something simple as, hi. And then it turns into this conversation. And that's how the whole thing kind of starts. So, let me see. Is this something that you want to follow after October 18th, when you're not feeling so nostalgic for the past? When it's not, the universe usually brings you back the right people. I feel like this is good, but let's see what the cards say. Is this someone you should and could have a good, solid relationship going forward? Okay, there was a third party in the past, so yeah, there was definitely a third party in the past. They're coming clean. One of you is coming clean about cheating, basically. You've been back and forth in and out of each other's lives for many years, and maybe both of you have cheated on each other over the years, and I don't know how it's gone, but that's the truth that's going to come out to the table. It's coming to the light. Everyone's just going to spill their guts. They're going to, tell the truth, confess. let each other know, no, you weren't crazy when you said this. No, you weren't crazy when you thought this. Yeah, I was doing this. So I'm not saying which one of you are the bad guy, because I often tarot readers will say, you the viewer are innocent. Your person did this and did that. And it's like, I'm going to be honest, with at least 3 times in and out of each other's lives, it really could be one or both of you, or it could even be just you, the viewer. Not to call you out or anything, but cheating comes up, third party comes up heavily, as we're going through the spread next. But we do want to ask about going forward, and going forward, I feel as though learning to trust again is going to take a long time on the part of the person, especially who's been betrayed. But I feel like for some weird reason, even if it was just emotional cheating, that you both kind of betrayed each other at some point or another in the past. And learning to trust each other is a whole new... It's beautiful, but it's difficult. It's a difficult road. And you're going to have a lot of patience. The Temperance card just came out right there. That's Sagittarius, in case either one of you has any Sagittarius placements. I feel as though you're open and ready with the Queen of Cups being depicted here in this particular spread, where in the past the person may want to apologize to you and you weren't having it at all. I feel you're more open to an apology. You're more receptive to trusting. Enough time has passed where maybe you both have sowed your wild oats and are ready to commit to one person. And the big commitment word just came out. What? You know? So in preparation for any type of commitment, definitely the learning to trust each other thing comes into play. And with that, you definitely want to hold off on the passionate part of the relationship and tread lightly, getting to reacquainted with each other, so to speak, because you really don't know who they've changed into, and they don't know who you've changed into. In some ways, you're completely different people, you know? And, I don't know. I think it's beautiful. I think this is something that definitely has potential to last. Very much so. Learning how to not be so independent. I don't need nobody attitude, especially for the feminine. They say divine feminine. Everyone's divine. For the feminine, I'm usually assuming it's women who are listening to these, so shoot me if I'm wrong. But I feel like for this particular woman in this relationship that I'm speaking with, that giving up any type of independence / like moving back in together is very hard for you to you're the one who's definitely less likely to budge, most likely to need somebody to really convince the hell out of you that this is going to work out. So with a lot of hesitancy and a lot of patience, the trust can be rebuilt. It is worth it. But again, make up your own mind after October 18th. Things will make a dramatic shift, and you won't be as nostalgic for old times. You'll be more clear-headed to think, although this is one of those heart overhead decisions, you'll be clear-headed enough to see if your heart is totally retarded or not. So I'll go with that. So this is your reading, Virgo. Please like and subscribe. I'm looking to get 1,000 subscribers as my goal right now, so I can go live. Woo, woo, woo. And link in the description box for donations and tips, PayPal and Cash App. So please feel free for that. And I feel like I forgot something now. Oh, for personal readings, I do a mean personal reading. I don't necessarily use cards. I do speak to the dead. I do speak to past pets, angels, spirit guides, and a lot of them tell me what to tell you, so it's more of a channeling experience. I want to describe that more in my description box, but I've been lazy about getting around to it. Okay, this is the total end of the reading. I'm going to sing, so you can totally turn me off now if you're all set with my singing. If you're ready for me to sing, I've got a song that I feel like fits the moment. So, let me go. Baby, baby, when you touch me like this, and when you hold me like that, it was lost long ago, but it's all coming back to me. It was flesh and the fantasy, all coming back to me now. That kind of sucked, but it's my thing. I'm going to have a singing channel where I totally have like actual good music that I'm not like on the fly. It's actually in tune and stuff. But I'll put that link in the description box later when I get to that too. All right, Virgos, if you got this far, thank you for being a supportive fan. Love, light, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the fuck this finds you. Peace out.